Initial Kadachuan was detected in 4058 BC before it was called Srivijaya, namely, Indo-Dunia. The center of government is on the hill Katanka, with the naming of the area Koto, using numbers. The unity before and after being called Srivijaya has a holy area which is called the Holy City. In the Holy City there is a center area of the puja which functions as a sacred area as well as the inauguration of the kings of Vatsal, Vanua Mandala or kingdom, as well as the graduation of the Brahmins who complete the study. This area was seen and recorded by pilgrims from the Fahin period of the 4th century AD to It Shing in the 7th century AD and the place where Atisha Dipamkara from Tibet learned the original teachings of the archipelago's ancestors called Dharma, not bringing Buddhism and then spreading it here. The holy city is surrounded by an embankment or earthen fort around it. The height of the ancient embankment or fortress is 3 meters high. At some point there is a door to enter according to its function. Inside the embankment area there is a puja center, which is now called the Muaratakas temple complex. The holy city in which there is a center of puja in the past was called Mongtakui, after Islam entered the Kadachuan, namely the 7th century changed the mention to Muotakui, and changed to Muaratakas, since the colonizers entered and destroyed the customary order as well as its naming. Until now, that actually the name, Takas, is the name of a small river around the site, there is no site here. Kadachuan uses the matrilineal system, namely the holder of power as the mother who is called the Ampu, short for the word, see Ampunya, when previously she was called Mother Goddess. Implementing government was carried out by men who were later called Datu, and the early days of people who led a cadre named Shanghyang Datu Maharajadaraja Chandra Nago, in the lineage from Chandra Nago are kept in the tribal group which is now called the Kanyago tribe. While from the Bundo or mother it is recorded that up to now the offspring of the maternal line become tribal people named Badi. In the Pra-Srivijaya Kadachuan or before it was called Sriwijaya there was a tribe, apart from the main Soko. From this the son, Tumenging, had a daughter who was married to a clever named Perpatia. Then had daughters in the matrilineal kinship system named Malay, Muni, Jambik and the youngest is named Pito, or Dui Pito. When the union with the holy city and the center of the puja underwent an attack by Kola Mandala led by Kaladewa attacking the Gasab area, Siak and the family of the Puti Inda Jelito family were rescued to Sebayong, Selan, Sigingdi by Datu Sati, now in the form of a sultanate. The people who live are actually the tribe whose initial name was Manda Ilang. Mandala are form of government of the people who lost their leadership or the top of their customs because in their residence the Mandala or Manda Ilang turned into Manda Leong, which reads and is spoken sometimes becomes Manda Iliong, Manda Iliong, Manda Iling. Until now the name of the tribal Mandaling, the unity that uses the maternal line of the maternal matriarchate system as a successor is called the name of the mother, Bundo, see Ampu. In the customary order it is recorded in the Ampu Hulu Balang commander Clever Malam, advisor, Malam or Para Malam are the advisors of the Ampu or Mother Dewey as the top of the Pamunkak world Malam, Para Malam or shortened and published as Parmalim. In Tapanuli there is Bathara Guru, Maha Rshi named Nali. The word Tapa is the origin of Bur Tapa, plus the name of a Brahmana character named Nali. He is the son of the mother, see Ampu who is at the center of the cadre named Om Padma Dewey, or Pardiwi, in the temple now called Portabi, which is derived from the word Pardavi, from 7 generations after which the Marga was formed until now. This, the other meaning of Tapanuli, is now being interpreted as Tapian Nali, Malam or Para Malam or shortened and published as Parmalim, were advisors in the cadets in the Pra-Srivijaya era, among others. Malam Badi Simarlambu, in the hills of Simarlambu, the eastern corner of North Sumatra near West Sumatra, there is a blue lake. This is where Bathara Guru Brahman, Rshi, Malimbu, lives. Malam Liman, at the location of Gunung Tua, Padang Lawas, the generation as Mabaru, in the Hasabuan clan. Malam Demon, in Pekan Tua Baru Malam Bandaro, Shanghyang Prabu Dachuak Bandoo, in Mike Malam Bunda Ratu Puti, agreed Banda in Luwak 50 Sabungsu Malam Sadi in Batang Kapur Malam Tintin or Malam Bongsu. Malam Puti in Pagaruyang, Paryongan in the 7th generation from this the Sultanate, Pagaruying, was born. Malam, Bongsu, and Panglimo Kampo, from Vatsal, Vanua, Mandala or the kingdom which was at the northern gate of this holy city they both delivered and were given territory by Srivijaya Kadachuan, in the Periangan area which later became Pagaruyuang. Bundo Kanduang was the oldest daughter and was raised by Bundo Kanduang Tuan Gadi and the youngest daughter, her husband, later became Dachuik. Areas that have 1,000 Dachuik create peace or glory later published as Cebu Jayo, or Cebu Jayo, then Sri Vijaya, in Sanskrit becomes Sriwijaya. As a line bearer of government the leader is called Datu, at the center of the cadre led by the title Niniak Dachuik Raho du Balai. After Islam Puchik Naghori or Puchik Andiko, Puchik Nan Ampik is called Pukuk. Ampik Angles are four main tribes that become the top of the country. This is called Niniak, or the leader of the Kadachuan. The top leader in Kadachuan is called Niniak Dachuik Raho du Balai, until now. The top leadership in this congregation must be from the descendants of the breed from the mother or mother of Si Ampu, in the parade called Shanghyang Dui Puti Tuo, dynasty from the dynasty, Kandra Nago, early breed. Builder and maintainer of the site, Muara Takas. At the time of Adityawarman, the period after the Chola colonization who wanted to seize the holy city and the center of the Puja, tribes were formed. On the male side they were called Dachuik Pata, to become the Kaniago tribe. On the wife's side they were called Badi Kaniago, and the younger siblings. His four girls became tribal names. 1. Malay becomes Malayu 2. Muni becomes Munaliang 3. Pito becomes Pitopang 4. Jambik, fixed, the four corners of Naghori, the four colors represent the four main tribes. 1. Domo 2. Piliang 3. Patapang 4. Body 5. Malayu. The word or the naming of the Domo syllable originates from the literary text of the word Dharma, or Dhamma. At this time, the Domo tribe has only been detected. There are 3 of them that have just been written, which can only be found out. 1. Domo Gadong 2. Domo Length 3. Domo Kaniago. Domo, the early tribe in Kadachuan. Domo, Inhomo, was the Brahmin in pre-Islamic times. When he was in the tribe, became the Domo tribe, the eldest who was Bung. The naming of the syllable or literary text of the word Piliang is detected from the initial word Pili, or choice, which is added with the word Hyang, which is a combination of the words choice and Hyang, or pre-Islamic word God, identified with the word worship, plus Hyang, means the ritual practice of worshipping Hyang, or worshipping God. In pre-Islamic times this word was called Hyang Widi Tunggal, while in Bali it was called Hyang Widi Wais until now. This is where the teachings of the ancestors of the Indonesian archipelago are stored. The naming or the word Patapang is identified from the initial word ascetic, or ascetic plus the ending of the word ang, namely the ascetics. The sentences above are not all Hindu or Buddhist, but the teachings of our ancestors that developed in India underlie the birth of 3 teachings. There, Hindu, Buddhist and Jaina, before Veda, was written in India. The leadership and naming of a Datu in Kadachuan differ in each region, which indicates the area as central or part of the Kadachuan, namely the word Datu and Du, or D, and the addition of the word after it is Balai. What signifies the word is Vanua, Vatsal, Mandala or kingdom or a subdivision, namely the term Datu Ak in West Sumatra, Datuk term in coastal and islands, the term Datu in the central Kadachuan. Pre-Islam, after Islam is called Dachuik. The mention still exists today, for example, Datuk Dabalai, in the area of Sialong, Duran Tinggi Kapur 9, Datuk Dabalai, in the Rokan area. Its current generation is around the Tanong River in Bangkanong. Datuk Rajo Dabalai, in the Saruoso area, Batu Sangkar, Niniak Dachuik Raho du Balai, in 13 Kodo Kampar Malayu, Bukan Mileu, became Malay. In the 16th century 69th century by colonialists who wanted to destroy the customary order and also wanted to rob gold on this earth with the strategy of salt war. namely the Kadachuan area boycotted by the invaders so that the ancestors were forced to exchange gold for salt. This was the colonizers' tactic. The rescue period occurred as many as 3 waves or 3 times the rescue by the Kadachuan Srivijaya family, which later published the name Malayu to become the name of Suku, namely 1. The Salvation incident in the 7th century 40. This was what was later called Tuo Malay. 2. The Rescue incident in the 15th century 11th. This was what was later called the Malay Tonga. 3. The Rescue incident in the 16th century 39. This was what was called Malayu Mudo. One of the descendants of their successors became a group or sultanate kingdom called Raja Malaikasale in Johor, which is now called Malacca. During the restoration of the customary order due to the Kola attack, also the invaders by the traditional elders or the Dadu in the Srivijaya Kadachuan, namely, the formation of tribes was led by Daduk Patia, or Daduk Nan Sabatang, and Daduk Mengging, in Kodo Badu, Pasumayam Batik Stone, Periangan Flat Land of Merapi, West Sumatra today. In Kadachuan, Adityawarman, after coming home from the density in the Batikam Stone, there was another density on the hill of Malam with Dadu Gadong Shinchan, which was attended by 44 other Dadu people. It was at this time that the chanting of Andiko 44 began. This is when the top leadership in Kadachuan is called Niniak Dachuak Raho du Balai. Understand. The teachings of this ancestral nation of the archipelago in Indonesia are not Buddhist or Hindu, which was born in India, but the 2 Indian teachings plus Jaina originated here in Kadachuan before and after being called Sriwijaya, which was brought by the Saka people. Brahmanism, before Veda, was written in India. The original teaching of Nusantara Indonesia Dharma is illustrated by the word Kusaladharmabhahana in the relief. The magnificent building, Vwana Kaka Fala, is now published named Borobudur, and until now it is perfectly preserved in Bali, so obviously Borobudur is not based on the teachings of Buddha, who was born in India. Understand this.